Episode 7: The Day Everything Changed. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our A to English podcast. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today's episode is a little different. Instead of talking about a general topic, I want to tell you a story. It is a story about one ordinary day that became unforgettable. The title of today's episode is The Day Everything Changed. Sometimes life changes when we least expect it. A small decision can open a new door. A short conversation can create a new opportunity. One simple moment can completely change our future. This story begins on a quiet Monday morning. I woke up at 7 o'clock, just like every other day. I made my bed. I brushed my teeth. I took a shower. Then I prepared a simple breakfast. I ate bread, eggs, and drank a cup of tea. Everything felt normal. Nothing seemed special. After breakfast, I looked outside my window. The sky was clear. The weather was perfect. I thought, today will probably be another ordinary day. I picked up my backpack and left the house. As I walked toward the bus stop, I listened to music with my headphones. People were going to work. Students were walking to school. Cars were moving slowly through the streets. Everything looked exactly the same as every other Monday. When I arrived at the bus stop, I noticed an elderly man sitting alone on a bench. He looked worried. He kept looking around as if he had lost something. At first, I continued walking. I thought someone else would help him. But after a few seconds, I stopped. Something inside me said, "Go back." So I turned around. I walked toward him and asked politely, "Excuse me, sir, are you okay?" He smiled weakly. Then he said, "I think I lost my wallet." He searched every pocket in his jacket. He looked inside his bag, but the wallet was nowhere to be found. I asked, "Where did you see it last?" He answered, "I don't remember. Maybe on the bus, maybe in the park." He looked disappointed. His wallet contained his money, his identification card, and several important documents. Without thinking too much, I decided to help him. We walked back together, looking carefully along the sidewalk. We checked under the benches. We looked near the bus stop. We even asked a few people if they had seen a black wallet. Nobody had seen it. After almost 20 minutes, I noticed something under a small tree. It looked like a wallet. I quickly walked toward it. I picked it up. It was black. I opened it carefully. Inside, I saw an identification card with the man's photograph. I smiled and said, "I think we found it." The man looked at me with surprise. His eyes became bright. He could not believe it. He opened the wallet. Everything was still inside. Nothing was missing. He looked very happy. He shook my hand warmly. Then he said, "Thank you very much. You didn't have to help me, but you did. I will never forget your kindness." I smiled and replied, "I'm just happy we found it." We walked back toward the bus stop together. Before leaving, he asked me a question. "What do you do?" I explained that I was studying and improving my English because I wanted better opportunities in the future. He listened carefully. Then he smiled again. He reached into his pocket and took out a business card. He handed it to me. He said, "I own a small company. We are looking for young people who work hard and enjoy learning. Come and visit my office this Friday." I looked at the card. I was surprised. I had only wanted to help someone. I never expected anything in return. I thanked him politely. Then we said goodbye. As I continued my day, I kept thinking about what had happened. One small act of kindness had created a completely unexpected opportunity. That Friday, I visited his office. The company was larger than I expected. The employees welcomed me warmly. The elderly man introduced me to his team. He remembered my kindness. He remembered that I had helped him without asking for money or a reward. We talked for almost an hour. He asked me about my goals. He asked me about my education. He asked me why I wanted to improve my English. I answered honestly. At the end of the meeting, he smiled and said, "I like your attitude. You are honest. You are respectful. You are willing to help others. These qualities are very important." Then he offered me an internship at his company. I could hardly believe it. Only a few days earlier, I had expected an ordinary week. Now I had a chance to learn new skills and gain valuable experience. I accepted the opportunity with great happiness. During the following months, I learned many new things. I improved my communication skills. I learned how to work in a team. I became more organized. I also used English more often because some customers spoke English. Little by little, my confidence grew. Looking back, I realized something important. Life can change because of small decisions. If I had ignored the elderly man that morning, our lives might have continued in completely different ways. Helping people is always worthwhile. Sometimes kindness changes another person's life. Sometimes it changes our own. This experience also taught me another lesson. Good opportunities often come when we are not looking for them. We cannot control every event in life, but we can control our attitude. We can choose to be honest. We can choose to be kind. We can choose to work hard every day. These choices shape our future. Many successful people say that opportunities appear when preparation meets chance. I believe that is true. If you continue learning, if you continue improving, if you continue helping others, one day, an unexpected opportunity may appear in front of you. And when it does, you will be ready. Before ending today's episode, I would like you to think about these questions. Have you ever helped a stranger? Has one small decision ever changed your life? What would you do if you found someone's lost wallet? Try answering these questions in English. Thank you very much for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed today's story. I also hope you learned some useful English while following this real-life situation. Remember, kindness costs nothing, but it can change everything. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.